This is a Guide Your Light network production, creating podcasts with purpose. Welcome to the Things You Can't Unhear podcast. I'm your host, Maritza Barone. Get ready to hear moments that will help you to see the world differently and inspire you to become the happiest, healthiest, and kindest version of you. Welcome back to Things You Can't Unhear, my lovely friend. How are you today? I want to talk about something in this episode that I know so many of us struggle with. And I love bringing things up on the podcast. And when I do these solo episodes, there's always things that sort of have been in my orbit. It's been the conversations that I've been having recently with people. And I feel the need to discuss it here as well so that we can expand the message a little bit further and maybe help someone else who's feeling the same way. I know a lot of people are struggling with confidence and deciding to use their voice after maybe not using it in the way they've wanted to for so long, and finding ways to back themselves or go after that thing that's been quietly living in the back of their mind or in their heart for so many years. And perhaps they're too scared to bring it to the world and, truly find something that they're excited about and passionate about. And we grow up thinking confidence is this thing that some people are just born with. I suppose there are people out there that it does come more naturally for, but there are so many people that it really doesn't come naturally to. And the best part about this is that it doesn't need to come naturally to you. It's something that you can build. And it's not always easy, but it's definitely possible. And I'm sitting here not because I've always been confident, because I haven't. Sometimes there's still some self-doubt talk that goes on in my head, but I've moved past a lot of the fear that held me back for many years. Parts of my life where I'd felt completely lost in my sense of purpose. And I know so many people feel the same way. It doesn't matter if we're 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years old. We can still ask ourselves the same questions that are just holding us back. Like, am I good enough? Is it too late? Am I too old now? What if I fail? No, what if no one gives a shit about what I've got to say? What if people laugh at me? Everyone thinks these things. Every single person. You're not alone. You're not broken. You're not behind. You're not too late. You're just human, and that's okay. A lot of the people that listen to the Things You Can't Unhear are females, and this is probably resonating with a lot of you right now. But there's also men that are included in this. 65% of men, I read on a recent study, experience imposter syndrome at work or in life. And 85% of people everywhere, globally, struggle with low self-esteem. So if you've been doubting yourself quietly, you're in very crowded company. But here's what I want to talk about today. Confidence doesn't just land in your lap. You practice and you take small steps and you create it. And sometimes you have to do things before you're actually ready to do them, to create that first small step. And then you start to build confidence. It's not about talking louder. It's about being rooted in something that you really care about, something that you give a shit about, something that is meaningful to you, with purpose, with conviction, with truth, something that you know a lot about, that you're passionate about. That's the kind of presence that moves people. And that's the kind of feeling that we want to experience so that we know we're living a purposeful existence. So you might think, I've waited too long. You haven't. You might think other people are already doing it better than you can. They're not you. And you might think you have to change who you are to be that version of yourself. You don't. You just have to be real and have the bravery to step out and just be real. So if there's something that you've been wanting to say, if there's a decision you've been putting off, if there's a version of you that's been waiting patiently in the wings, now is the time to step forward, my friend. Not when you feel ready, not when it's perfect, not when you have it all figured out. Now. because belief without action is just a daydream, but belief with action is where transformation happens. I am not a motivational speaker. I am not a transformation coach. This is actually just reality. And I've been in those shoes and I've walked that path. And I bet you every time you speak, you show up, you back yourself, even in the tiniest ways, you're planting a seed that grows into courage, into clarity, into bravery, into real grounded confidence in yourself to do the things that you're excited about. So go speak, go share, go ask questions, go start conversations that you've been holding back on starting for a while now. The world doesn't need you to be perfect. It needs you to just be real and show up. If this episode has stirred something within you, well, I'm really happy that it has. If you were listening to me ramble on about this for the last 10 minutes and were thinking, gosh, I wish Betty or Susanna would listen to this too, please share it with them so they get that little stir up that they potentially need to have the confidence to take that next brave step in their lives and become the happiest, healthiest, kindest, most successful version of themselves. Thanks for listening to the show. What did you think? And what did you feel? Let us know by leaving me a message on the Things You Can't Unhear Instagram community page. And if you can, give us some ratings love on your favorite listening platform.